A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
If you've struggled with stress, balance, or burnout, and simply feel discouraged or even defeated, and if you're ready to move from force to flow and enjoy ultimate Zen success in your career, health, or relationships, then the Zen Success Show is for you. Your host, Carissa Sims, is an entrepreneur, corporate consultant, best-selling author, meditation teacher, and healer who has found her own Zen success. Here's your host, Carissa Sims.
Welcome to this week's episode of Zen Success. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Tatiana Flow.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Carissa, for inviting me.
My pleasure. I'm so excited to talk with you and learn from you, and also for our audience to learn your wisdom and benefit from your abundant flow energy. So,
I'm excited for our discussion today, too.
Oh, wonderful. So let me share a little bit about Tatiana. For the past several years, Tatiana Flow has committed herself to helping individuals bridge the chasm between the head and the heart, between spiritual and material realms. I have a passion for that as well, which is why I was so excited to interview you. And that division is what keeps so many away from their deepest desires: happiness, love, purpose, abundance, and freedom. Making decisions and judgments from the head without the guidance of the heart, without embodying your spiritual essence daily, is what causes most suffering, pain, and simple numbness. Welcome, Tatiana.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I want to go into a little bit more about your background, but I was just curious about your name, Tatiana Flow. Did you name yourself that?
Yes. Well, my first name is real. It's my name.
Okay.
And my last name is a stage name, Flow. I love the sound of it, the feeling of it, and the living of it.
Oh, wonderful. Be in flow.
That is why I pick that. And the flow for me is not just, many people think, oh, you just relax, surrender, which is true. Both are true. But it also involves being active and proactive in your state of being aware of what's going on, your internal world as well as external world, and acting and reacting consciously to anything that is happening in your life to get the results you want to create as a creator of your life.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that reason. So it's not necessarily that you legally changed your name, right? This is a stage name. Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. So I just wanted to share that the tagline for the show, Zen Success, is moving from force to flow. So moving to Tatiana.
Force to flow. I love it.
Yeah. Wonderful. So do you believe that we are all abundant beings?
Absolutely, yes. There is an infinite abundance existing in this universe, and each one of us can tap into that and bring it into the material realm. And by abundance, I mean abundance in health, in love, relationship, in wealth, everything. So that's what I do for my clients. I remind them of that abundance and remind them how to bring it, to live it, every day of their life.
That's so wonderful. And in doing so, do you help your clients be co-creators of their life with the universe or whatever they believe in, God? Or do you believe that we are creators in and of ourselves?
I believe that we are creators within ourselves, whether we do it consciously or not. And every choice you make, every second of your day, every action and reaction you choose at that particular moment creates your reality, not only in this moment, but creates your future as well as, in a way, your past. Because your attitude, your feelings around your past is what matters. The facts are just the facts, and every person can feel around the same facts differently. So what I mean by conscious choice in the moment of now that affects your future and now is the conscious choice to live out of love and taking responsibility as the creator of your life for everything that's happening in your life. Whether your mind defined it as good or bad, in reality, it just is. And it's something your soul is going through to evolve. Any events is there for us, again, regardless whether it's good or bad, to evolve and to experience life at its fullest.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I like how you brought up the aspect of labeling, because a lot of times we will label something bad, or society will say something is bad. And it's really, neutral. It's for our growth and unfoldment. Whether we think it's good, that's just a label we put on it, because both are for our spiritual unfoldment, correct?
Yes, on the highest plane, there's only love existing, underlying the whole process of life. And there's no duality. Duality means separation from good and bad, darkness and light, war and peace. There just is, it's just happening. And on the highest plane, it's all love at the end of the day. But then, of course, we chose to live that divine game where duality exists in the material world. And here it's your choice how to pursue it and what to focus on. And your focus and your attitude towards any events that are happening in your life and in the world is what creates your own quality of life. So by doing it consciously, you can create a very beautiful, full of bliss, quality of life where you evolve through pleasure, not necessarily through challenges and through pain, through pleasure. It's possible.
Oh, wonderful. And when was the first time that you experienced this and made you realize that you wanted to share this feeling of evolution through pleasure? What a concept versus struggle and pain. A lot of people, I'll just say, I feel like you're unique in that concept. And I think it's beautiful. And I'm just curious about your experience of that. And when was that first moment where you really felt that other plane, that love, the true underlying meaning of everything?
It was last year.
Oh my God, just recently.
Yes, the path was lifelong. And the path to search and the path of practices and interest in theology and different religions. And,
yes, of course, you had a lifelong interest.
Yeah. But this shift when I realized that it's also a mind program to think that through pain we evolve, and when we experience joy, we don't. And I started to look into that. I'm like, wow.
Oh, so you were
that
in
was a strong,
inquiry.
insight for me that I just realized on my journey. And I'm like, I know it's possible. I know, I feel it. I know it deep inside, but I don't understand yet how. And then by looking for answers within me and outside, it's one. At the end of the day, I realized how. So evolving through pleasure means, first of all, that you don't separate good from bad, and you don't separate pain from joy as we used to. Pain is just a part of life, a natural part of life. So by taking that, whatever is coming, including pain, with gratitude, living through that fully, instead of trying to run away from it. Because when you run away from any emotions, good or bad, they stuck in your body, first in energetic field, because emotions are energy in motions, then in your body, and that creates blockages, and that creates disconnection from your true self. So by living through anything, regardless, with gratitude and pleasure, it just flows through you quicker, and then it becomes something else new. And beyond that, always is another level of evolution. And secondly, to not attract crisis in your life, to finally evolve and connect back to yourself. That's what a crisis for, right? In a way, you can prevent that by choosing to act always not out of fears, but out of curiosity to see what's beyond them, and making the jumps anyway in a full faith that everything will be okay. You feel that there is your expansion, no matter how many fears you have, you just go there. So because fears makes us freeze in life, right? And we get stuck in our ways. Our true nature wants to evolve. So if you don't give it a chance to evolve by willingly, by just going there, accepting the unknown, being curious about what's there behind your fears, then crisis will happen in your life. One way or another, life will or you as a creator will attract situations that makes you evolve. It's your choice whether you evolve through crisis or you evolve through love and pleasure and joy.
Yeah. So I wanted to go back to something that you said earlier about pain. And so I just wanted our audience to just like take a deep breath in and feel her words of like, when you feel that pain and release, just being grateful, like what is the purpose of this pain? What is the message that it's trying to share with you? How can this be for my greater good? And then, like Tatiana was saying, having that moment of allowing, of releasing through it, and you'll move through whatever situation you're going through much faster. So I'm in alignment with that. And I'm not quite at the level that you're at, but I'm learning. I'm kind of like taking it in, because I did a workshop on the purpose of pain, and I help a lot of clients with pain, physical pain. And so it's just interesting that you bring this up about being grateful for it, because I haven't gotten to that level yet. Like, how can you be in gratitude for this incredible pain that is happening? Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, of course. I can share my own story, actually.
Oh, beautiful.
First time I lived through pain gracefully and with gratitude was last year in May.
Oh.
I separated with my ex-boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
And it was lots of pain that I just, this time, instead of running away, I just allowed to live through with, again, curiosity. Why is it happening for me? What's unfolding for me because of that event in my life? And what happened last summer that stimulated me to search for even more answers. And last summer, because of that, I lived through oneness, or what many would call enlightenment. Whatever you call it, it's a state of oneness with the whole universe. When you remember you're not a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in a drop. The whole universe, God, the source is within you.
Yes.
You can't, compare that with that experience with anything. It's very strong, very, very intense when you live through that. So that's how, by not by dragging me myself into a mind-created suffering around the pain of breaking up, right? I could create mind programs. Oh my God. So because he lied to me, every man is a liar, and go with that program. Pattern. Or I could go, because we broke up. Because we had such a great intimate relationship, maybe I will never meet anyone.
Yes. You go into the stories. Oh my God. I go through that. Yeah.
I didn't go to the stories. I was just living through the raw pain as is, being open to why is it happening for me? And it did happen for me. Because of that, I lived through that state of oneness. And now I'm bringing my clients to that state of oneness and freedom from mind programs to live an abundant life. And another situation, this time I lived through pain, through very intense event in my life. My mom passed away in February this year, and there was no pain.
Wow.
Because right away, I entered that event with an already different approach because it changed so much. And it was because of that, so much has opened for me. Thanks to that event, so much power. I saw so much beyond that material realm, thanks to the event happening with my mom. I have a very strong connection with her. I lived through oneness 1 week before she passed away. My first client awakened fully, came to the source, to the light, to the state of freedom, right before her passing away. Then she passed away in a day after that event. And there was everything was unfolding so beautifully beyond how usually we see the death of the loved ones. There were tears. It was an intense event, but it wasn't tears of pain or grief. It was tears of love, gratitude, liberation, and just so much beauty of this world and this life that opened for me, and life beyond the material, physical realm we see. There's so much beauty in it. It's incredible.
That's amazing. So I want to go back to your experience with your breakup. So did you feel, because you were in that curiosity and joy and gratitude, that you were able to get over this incident faster, or was there no getting over him? Or were you just
absolutely, yes,
I'm done?
Very fast. I met a man with whom I'm very happy right now. And
okay, how long was this? Let's go through this.
A month ago or something.
Oh my gosh, wonderful.
And when it happened, when breaking up happened, I truly went through all the stages that usually happen, but those stages were really I could notice, because I broke up before. I lived through these emotions before, but I noticed how quickly it goes. I go through the stages, releasing, letting go, erasing the programs that I about to be engraved in my mind. A couple of them I already mentioned, just not erasing, not choosing them, choosing to be open to life, open to the abundance, open to the possibility that there can be a man who is honest and amazing intimately, and like has everything I'm looking for. But before doing that, I needed to understand why it happened with me, because if somebody is dishonest with you in the moment, it means you're dishonest with yourself. I'm just being real and vulnerable here and sincere.
I appreciate that, and I'm going to share a story about myself too, but you can carry on if I interrupted you.
Well, so it took me a year to understand where I was lying to myself, not just in this relationship, in life, and how to see life so clearly when you don't betray yourself, and being 100% honest and authentic with yourself. From here, you can be honest and authentic with the entire world, and that's people you attract in your life, and you see it very clearly when it's a vibrational match or not. It's very, very clear. So I'm happy to be at this point right now, but it was a path, of course.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because you took, just what you're telling your clients to do, take that personal responsibility and reflecting, okay, on this relationship, this man was lying to you. Okay, what is in it within me that I need to resolve?
Yes,
how am I not being honest? Yeah.
And I didn't go into blaming him, because he has his own story, and we're actually in a good relationship right now in terms of we're talking and friendly and everything, And he was going through his own things, very intense things, and I have lots of respect to that, and I have lots of gratitude to him. I don't put a label, it was bad to be dishonest. No, I'm grateful for any experience I had with him that led me to this wonderful new experiences and expansion in my life.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That just made my heart expand, what you just said right there. Beautiful. I felt that in my body. I wanted to share that also happened with me years ago. This was maybe about 20 years ago. I was in a relationship with a boyfriend, and he was very successful, and I really looked up to him. He was an entertainment law attorney, and we would do biking together, and he was a smoker, but he said he quit. And then one time I smelt it on him, and he said, if you can believe this, he lied and said I ate smoked sausage. I'm sorry. But, at the time, I'm just like, are you kidding me? And so, but I wasn't enlightened at that time in my life for me to have that introspective, like, how am I lying to myself? I'm sure I was lying to myself in so many areas, but I did end that relationship. And it's interesting that I haven't really attracted someone who lies since then. So maybe it did wake something up in me. But I didn't go deep into that inquiry, which I'm sure there would be many places where I was not on my path because I wasn't fully spiritual yet. I was doing some meditating and things like that. But I just wanted to share that I had that in common with you. I'm sure all women do. I'm sorry. No, that's
one way or another, right?
Right. Okay. Well,
and again, you see, it's all about how you pursue and how your attitude and your awareness around the event that's happening in your life. Everyone can take it differently, and the way to take it with a gratitude and with curiosity why this intense event is happening for me is much more valuable. It's just the truth. So
yeah, that's the truth. And then what a beautiful share that really touched me that you shared on our show about your mother passing. I mean, that takes a lot of vulnerability and trust. So I really appreciate that. And seeing beyond the veil, did you feel that maybe there was no death? That did you feel her spirit? Because I felt her come in and she said, "I'm so proud of you." She said that about you.
Thank you so much.
Does that
Yes,
make sense that she would say that
absolutely.
about you?
Of
I'm
course.
so proud.
I am
Oh,
proud of her. It's our joint path.
yeah. Yeah. So now do you feel differently about death?
Absolutely, yes. Death, I understand that death is just another transition from life, as important as birth. There's no good or bad. Both of them are as important. And on the highest plane, we're all one. And we are the creators. We are the whole universe. But then beyond that, there is this, let's call it separation, but it's all still me. These souls that passed away. I can feel my mom within me and next to me at the same time. And I went up with her during her passing away, like lots of things I saw.
Tatiana.
It's happening. Yes.
Wow. I have never heard of that before. That's
Yes.
Interesting.
I saw how it's happening. And at the same time, I understand that it's me as a creator also creating that, if it makes sense. So it's all one. And at the same time, there's so much complexity and beautiful dance of different planes that we can tap into that exist, no matter whether we believe in it or not, no matter whether we see it or not. It's just there. Yes, I'm grateful for being able to see beyond, because it's just so beautiful.
That's wonderful. I feel like you are this sweet, authentic supermodel, spiritual master. That you are truly a master.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I know you're humble. I can feel your sweetness and your humility. And I feel like sometimes the universe, God, whatever, gives us these gifts when we're so humble and open and you know, like you said, and curious, coming from that place. So I hope I didn't embarrass you.
No, it's just landing on me, and I feel lots of joy in my body, a laugh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for these words.
Yeah, that's good. I'm so glad that it resonated with you. So sweet. So let's help our audience. What stops people from abundance?
Mind programs. And
Okay.
what is mind program or conditions we create for ourselves, because we grew up in that way, and our parents said not to cry when we wanted to cry, not to laugh when we wanted to laugh, and then society says what's good, what's bad, what's moral, what's not, and you start putting yourself in the box, trying to fit it in it, disconnecting from your true nature. And the truth is, I mean, there's no right or wrong. There is a way how you want it, and there's no limits to that. And the only limits we can create is our fears. And what we can do, which can just choose not to give our fears any focus or energy. It always will be there. Trust me. Like I am living out of my life, out of love, making conscious decisions and actions out of place of love all the time, consciously doing my best. And fears are still flying around. I just choose, when they appear, I choose not to give them any energy and just still keep choosing love and faith, regardless how much internal will and power it would take. And sometimes it does. That's the whole beauty of this divine game we created here on earth for ourselves. the further life will always challenge you, and it's how you take it. And when you take it with love and gratitude, then you evolve with joy and pleasure, what we discussed.
Wonderful. Well, what's a way that we can feel abundant and grounded into our being?
The way to feel abundant is to choose to act out of love and honesty with yourself. And again, fears make you freeze. You can understand if it's a true desire of yours or not through your body. Because when it's out of fear, you freeze, like it just freezes you. And when it's out of love, even if it's scary in a way, like you feel right here, you feel that expansion wanting to happen. And it happens when you choose that feeling, intuitive feeling of your authentic desires over anything else.
Wonderful. And so would you say one initial step would be to get clear on what abundance you want in your life? Would you recommend people focusing on one area, like at a time, like health or relationships or finances? What do you think about that, or just everything at once?
I believe that when you and I live it, when you find your true self, really find it and learn how to live that state, that source within externally, like radiate that externally, this abundance you build internally, radiate externally, then everything, all spheres of your life just unfolding for you beautifully. So you don't have to focus on something specific, but whatever is in the moment more important for you, because we still live through different stages. So for different people, it might be different things. For somebody, it will be a money lesson. For somebody, it will be a relationship lesson. Whatever is more important in the moment for you right now, it's right there. Take that as an opportunity to evolve and see what kind of lesson is this. But I don't like to see life as a bunch of lessons anymore. It's more of just,
you're done with that. You're over with that. Yeah.
Just a path of your soul evolution. That's what it is. And the further you go, the more free and expanded you become. And that's the beauty of it.
So one of your platforms is removing the barrier from between the head and the heart. And so why do you feel like that's so important?
Well, because I feel there's lots of separation in the world between the heart and the head. And the head is, what I mean by living by heart is living by intuition, your true self, your true nature, versus by living your head, which is mind programs. And mind overall is very important for us human beings to function, to drive a car, to I don't know, even to learn how to walk, talk, and so on and so forth. Of course, it's important. At the same time, it has this tendency to create labels, boxes, patterns that actually might become destructive in your life and prevent you from more abundance in all spheres in your life. So by connecting first, learning to connect to your heart, to your true nature, and then educating your mind to follow that and help you to act on what's true for you, rather than vice versa, doing what mind programs, patterns are telling you to do, forgetting your true self, your intuition. This is very important. So that bridge comes from the heart to the mind, to educate your mind from the heart. Then it's a completely different quality of life where love is a driving force of your actions, not fears.
Wonderful. So you touched on a little bit how this is showing up in your life, how abundance is showing up and with a relationship. So that's amazing. In what other ways is abundance coming to you? Where do you live? How are you living? And if you don't mind.
Of course, I live between Miami and south of France.
Okay.
In Cannes right now in the moment, which
Okay.
is south of France, for the season, and for winter time, I'm usually in Miami. I have places in both cities and cars in both cities. Before that, I lived in New York for 8 years, and I was living in the Hamptons in 5-bedroom house. I had an ex-husband, businesses, cars. But 2.5 years ago, I just left it to find my true self, which has happened. And my quality of life is it's interesting. I was living in a large house with, everything, all boxes, success.
Yeah.
Boxes for society was checked, but something was missing inside. So now when I feel so fulfilled from the inside, my life is still beautiful because abundance, financial abundance, aesthetics, living in beautiful places, going into beautiful restaurants, it's important for me. So I create it for myself regardless. But now those experiences are more fulfilled just because I am more fulfilled, if it makes sense.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So tell me about growing up in the USSR and what it was like. And did you feel this oneness ever as a child, this abundance?
What a great question. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad. Yay.
Yeah, as a kid, so I grew up as an Orthodox Christian, and obviously I was taught to look at God as something that is there in the heaven, and there is a hell, and we need to behave well to go to heaven, and so on and so forth. And I always felt there's some distortion in this story.
Yeah, that it was like a control or something.
There is a distortion in this story.
Yes.
And then I was learning about different philosophies, and I went around the philosophy that's called pantheism, and they were talking that God is in every single thing. It's in the stone, in the sky, in yourself.
I love that.
Every of yourself. And I remember that feeling. I read that and I'm like, yes,
that is true.
Sense. So in a way, now thank you for making me remember that moment as a child, because it was so much expansion in that moment. And I felt the truth, and I fully lived it in summer last year. But as a kid, I already knew. But because I was a kid, I was still listening what other people say, right? I was preconditioned to listen to other people's opinion. I was while forming mine. Now it's formed. Now there's no way. I just know. And I help others to remember.
Wonderful. That's so sweet of you to think back into that time. And also you've been a successful entrepreneur. What was your startup? And tell me about the company.
Yeah, my startup was an educational software for finance professionals. Yes. And I formed it actually together with my brother. He is an IT person.
Okay.
And I was a driving force for marketing, for business, for everything. But he was an IT director. And it's interesting how my mom disease, she was Alzheimer for 12 years, actually made us even closer. And she was in a way a part of that business as well. It was
interesting,
spiritual as much as it was material. There's lots of story behind that. So I raised money for my startup in Silicon Valley at $4 million valuation, and I sold it last year because I felt that it served the purpose of my life, and I'm ready to give it to good hands to evolve it further. And I wanted to focus fully on just what I do now, energy work, and making people to remind them about their true nature. So that's the story.
Yeah, that's wonderful that it was a family business and that your mom was a part of it. Well, and tell our audience a little bit about your programs. What's it like to work with you?
Yeah.
If you want to share your website, feel free to as well.
Of course, thank you. My website is tatianaflow.com and Instagram Tatiana_Flow. I have all information available there. I provide sessions, and session usually goes with 1 week of support during the integration, because it's a very powerful experience, very intense one. So I provide that support to make it smoother for my clients to integrate into daily life. Also, I provide mentorship programs and group sessions. Most of my offline group sessions are in Miami, but I am planning to do some online group sessions as well. It's easy to reach me and arrange a free discovery call where we can feel each other, and I can tell you more about the techniques I'm using in my sessions, which is a combination of NLP, hypnotherapy, and Kundalini activation energy work. And this combination exactly opens your heart, connects you back to your true nature, and educates your mind how to live it. So you're welcome to join me on that path.
Oh, wonderful. And where does self-love fit in? Do you feel like that's important when you work with your clients?
Yes, it's central, actually.
Mm.
And when I thought that I loved myself, after living through oneness, I realized that wasn't it. It's interesting. And I just had a client recently she thought she loves herself, but
I think I love myself, but maybe not.
Yeah, because the word love is misinterpreted in our society, and self-love can be seen as selfish, which is not. It's not about that. Or like allowing yourself to be in your mind progress because that's who I am. No, it's so much deeper than that, but you need to experience and to see it to understand. So I invite you guys to experience it in my sessions. And there are many other tools. I don't insist that I'm the only one. Thank God we have so many masters right now, great masters who can bring you to the place you just intuitively should feel whether it's your person or not. And obviously go with your intuition here more than anything.
Right. And that's where your humility comes in. But I'm interviewing you, so you get to shine. That's so sweet. Yeah, that's so sweet. She's like, you don't have to go with me, but yes, absolutely. And you can also learn from her and maybe go to one of her group sessions. And she also has a book. You want to talk about your book, Elegantly Simple? What is that about?
The book is it's a pocket-sized book, and it just was born last year as a combination of my thoughts on life after experiencing oneness and seeing how the world is created, actually. And it's written with a very simple words, easy to understand. And it's like a step to experience it, because one thing, I was listening to so many spiritual gurus on my path, but only by experiencing it and living through it, it starts to make sense. But both sides are very important. So you're welcome to download the book. It's available on Kindle, on Amazon, and I would be happy, to have more people who touch that one way or another, because I know how it is to live it, and I wish everyone to do that.
That's so beautiful. So will you share a success story, or you can share many from a client?
Yes, of course. I have many stories by now, but let me pick the story of the client who came to the light during the session, and then he came back to me. So he found the source within, he remembered his true nature, and so on and so forth.
Wow.
And then he came back to me to learn to work with Kundalini energy, with energy work. And now he is doing sessions for other people.
That's incredible.
And actually, I came to him recently for his specialty. And
that's the best testimony I've ever heard.
He specializes in anatomic healing. So he sees people's organs, and he can clean it and prevent some diseases or heal some diseases. So that's incredible to see.
Wow.
Unfold. Yeah.
You awakened his gifts that were there all along. Did he have any idea that he had this gift within him?
I believe that every single person on this planet has the gift one way to work with energy, one way and another. It goes differently through different blueprints, and some people are more connected to get there than others, but every single person has that. And by now, I already have dozens of people who remembered with me their gifts. And I have, for example, a group session in Miami in a couple of weeks. I do it with 4 of my students. And I have more, but I do it with 4 of my students. It's going to be very strong. And that brings me special joy when I see how people unfold in my sessions to unfold others. I see the butterfly effect of my work, and it's just so fulfilling.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, would you be willing to do a quick alignment for our audience and myself?
Of course. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I don't know what I mean. Connect with oneness, maybe? Connect.
Well, it's my session is at least an hour.
Oh,
but, yeah. And then energy.
1 second thing.
Yeah, the whole session is 2.5 to 4 hours. But then by our the conversation, touching our conversation and energy behind that, I think you at least touch what happens in the session.
Got it.
Even
Wonderful.
if it's just a touch.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, obviously it's very different to experience it. So if Tatiana resonates with you, reach out to her, schedule a session. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you, my soul sister, hearing about your programs, Embodying Abundance. And I'll put your website, how to buy your book on Kindle, and your programs in the show notes. So thank you for being on my show today, Tatiana.
Thank you so much, Carissa. It was my pleasure. And the questions you asked and the message you gave from my mom today, so valuable. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That's it for today's episode of Zen Success. Head on over to iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to shows. Zen Success is also available on the radio in select markets through amfm247.com. Subscribe to the show and share with friends. Be sure to head on over to zensuccessshow.com to help you on your Zen success journey, and join us on the next episode. May you find your own Zen success in life.